What's up, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. We have a free pick on deck for you in today's Sunday slate in the MLB. It is in the last game of the day in the Red Sox versus the Yankees, and we are going with the Red Sox plus 1.5. This was a brief write-up from Red Sox first five money line, but we are playing the Red Sox at plus 1.5 tonight at home against the Yankees. You can get the best line at about minus 165 on MGM was the last one I checked. So make sure you shop your lines as always. And, depending on where you are, you might have more options than others. But we've talked about our sign-up links for BOVADA and BETUS. So if you have the ability to sign up for those sports books, those are legal in every state across the U.S. So make sure you get on those. BETUS, we have a sign-up link for, and they have really competitive lines for the MLB. So definitely something to take a look at. But we're going to dive into this matchup as we always do, and we're going to start with Houck versus Rodon. So Tanner Houck gets the start for the Red Sox at home after they lost in extra innings yesterday, 11-8. He gets the bump against Rodon. And basically the story of this game is going to be Houck is due for some positive regression statistically, and Rodon is due for negative regression statistically. Houck has pitched at a bunch of elevated ballparks, along with against some of the teams that have higher offensive production. For example, Coors Field. As we know, Coors Field is very, very hitter-friendly because it is at a higher elevation, lower air density, so the balls travel farther. His metrics are kind of inflated due to his recent performances, like playing at Coors Field. He surrendered a bunch of hits and a bunch of earned runs, but once again, that had to do with a bunch of elevations and just the situation he was in. Overall, though, he's only surrendered 321 hits while accumulating 377 punch-outs in 375 innings. He has a whip of 1.181, which is actually much higher than his expected whip of 1.01, and he has an FIP of 3.4. He also has a very good strikeout to walk ratio of 3.09, which is going to be important against the Yankees team that oftentimes is not very disciplined, and we'll get into that. But the Yankees have struggled against hitting off-speed pitchers, especially right-handed off-speed pitchers. The Yankees are a very dynamic offense, but where they do struggle is sometimes against that off-speed junk from starting pitchers due to them as a team, the Yankees as a team, have a high chase percentage. And as we can see here, Tanner Houck is one of the best pitchers in the MLB. These numbers in red mean he's above average. 100 would be the best and 1 would be the worst. His pitching run value overall is 94th percentile, and his breaking run value and off-speed run value are both very elite at the 97th percentile and the 96th percentile. And why this will affect Yankees hitters is, as you can see here, this is the Yankees lineup on the left-hand side. You can see that their chase percentage is actually one of the highest in the MLB. You can see some of these players like Alex Verdugo is chasing 24% of pitches. Giancarlo Stanton chasing 32% of pitches. Anthony Rizzo chasing 35%. Jose Trevino chasing 29%. And this accumulates to a team average of 24.6% of pitches they're chasing. They do make contact with the majority, actually, of these pitches they're chasing. But that correlates to weak flares, weak burners, and just weak contact overall. And you can see as well their first pitch swing percentage is also higher, one of the highest in the MLB, which will allow Tanner Houck to go deeper into this game. And why that's important is because the Boston Red Sox are 25-21 following a loss at home. I like backing home teams that are favored after being underdogs the day before, especially a team like Boston, who didn't throw as many relievers as the Yankees did, but they still managed to lose the game yesterday in extra innings. It was a slugfest, a ton of offensive production. But as we can see here, there's a 54.4% win rate when Boston is at home after a loss. That correlates to about a 6% ROI. ROI, anything above 4% is very, very playable. So we like to see that with Boston, especially against division rivals. The home team usually covers the run line at plus 1.5. If it's a pick'em, at around 70% of the time in division games, and that's the scenario that we have today, is Boston is just a short underdog. In some books, they're favored all the way up to minus 115. But with that run line, we get some extra security there. We will lay some more juice, obviously, but the security is the main reason we're taking that is due to it being a division game and a rivalry game. And then we'll take a look at Carlos Rodon. So he's about the opposite of Tanner Houck. As you can see, his breaking run value is worst in the MLB, and the Boston Red Sox hit breaking balls very efficiently. That's something they've excelled at. And as you can see here in the bottom, his barrel percentage, his hard hit percentage, his ground ball percentage, and his extension rate are all in the bottom quartile of qualified MLB starters. We'll take a look at his barrel percentage is 9, so that means he is 9 out of 100 ranked in barrel percentage, meaning he's giving up a ton of hard hit balls. The Red Sox are good at finding gaps, especially at Fenway Park. There's a lot of deep corners that you can get to with solid contact. The wind is also blowing out today, so the advantage definitely goes to ground ball pitchers, and Rodon is not that. He gives up a bunch of line drives as well as flyouts. So for that reason, we should see some of the Red Sox hitters be able to carry some baseballs out of this ballpark, along with finding some gaps. As you can see as well, Rodon's second primary pitch is his slider, which he throws 26% of the time. Off of left-handed pitching, the Red Sox have an expected batting average of 0.267, and that is for off-speed pitching. So for his slider, his changeup, his curveball, his cutter, which he does throw 50% of the time, the Red Sox should be able to make solid contact, which is directly correlated to that barrel percentage and that hard hit percentage. For all those reasons combined, plus the Red Sox bullpen being more well-rested than the Yankees bullpen, we are rocking with the Red Sox plus 1.5 today in Sunday Night Baseball. Best of luck as always, and we'll see you in the next one.